Hey everybody, it's me, Jim Keys. I've got another Christmas song for you. This one might be considered a little intermediate-ish, maybe beginner intermediate-ish. I don't like to qualify these things because, I don't know, I just don't. I don't like people to come in with preconceived notions. Everybody plays their own way, and the whole idea is to have fun. So today's song is Silent Night, and I will attempt to play for you the arrangement. And it goes like this. Yeah, man. Remember when I said attempt? Do you remember when I said everyone plays at their own pace? So I've played it better and I've played it worse. But today you're going to learn how to play it, and you can play it as bad or as well as you want to. We're going to begin the song with our regular G shape. Only this time, instead of having your ring finger out on the first fret, you're going to put it at first string. You're going to put it on the second string. All right. You're going to have the first string stop the pick, like that. So our melody notes are D and E, and we're going to go back and forth between the second string and the first string. We're going to let go of that second string and come down and play, once again have the first string stop the pick. So what we have is, then we repeat that. Not bad. Our next chord is going to be D. And for those of you who generally play in open positions, this is a great thing because we're going to start moving up the neck. This is an inversion of D, which simply means that we're going to restack the notes. We're going to play the A, which is the 5th fret of the first string. We're going to play the F sharp, which is the 7th fret of the second string. And then we're going to play the D, which is the 7th fret of the third string. And we're going to strum strings 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Now, can you hear how these are just the same notes? They add up to the same chord, but they sound a little different, you know? So what we've got here is, and then we're gonna easily come down to that D chord. Same shape. Now, if that is too much of a drag to go from here to here, you can very easily stay right in this position, right in this shape, and then play the second string. And that gives you that same F sharp note that you want as part of the melody. Or, you know? Now we're up to All Is Bright. And once again, that's a G chord, but we're going to finger it a little bit differently. I want you to put your pinky on the first string, 3rd fret, your ring finger on the second string, 3rd fret, and then we're going to do the same thing we usually do. And we're going to go all the way up, like that, and then play that second string with the 3rd fret pushed down. Now I want to point out something. We talk all the time about the left hand and which fret we're on and what finger we're going to use, but we really haven't talked a whole lot about right hand technique, and I want to do that here, because you'll notice that when I played the G for the first time, I came down all 6 strings, and I did it like, you know, a little forcefully. And then when I came for the second one, it was softer and just maybe 4 strings in there. And that gives you a flow as opposed to going. And so it's a nice, well, Well, there's got to be another word than flow, but I can't think of it right now. And then we're back to that one D note that we need. Like that. And now we're going to get to round, yawn, virgin. How many times do you get to use the word yawn in a sentence? So we're going to play a regular C chord, and then we're going to play that pinky up on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Now we've got to let go of this shape. And the reason we got to let go of this shape is your next note is the F sharp on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. There's nothing you can do about it, really. And I mean, there may be something you can do about it, but I don't know what it is. And then we're going to be back to our very beginning chord. Right? Then we'll repeat that whole sequence again. Right? Now we're up to Christ the Savior is born. I can't remember the words to this song. I'm always playing it as an instrumental. So here we are, we're back in this same D shape we've been using. Now we're going to play a D7, because the melody note is this C up here on the 1st string, and that is the 8th fret. So you're going to put your pinky down, and then you're going to let go. So it's a pretty simple way to get there. And now we're back to this G chord. What I like to do here is get a harmonic in on the B string. So we got... Now, if you've never played harmonics before, today's your lucky day. Because the easiest way to play a harmonic, or the way, easiest or not, to play a harmonic, is to put your finger over the 12th fret. Now, when I say over the fret, I mean exactly that. I mean the metal part. We've been talking frets, and we usually mean in between, the wooden part in between. But here, I literally mean the metal part. And you're not going to push down. You're going to have very little pressure, just the fleshy part of your finger on it. And just pluck that note. Now, sometimes I've seen people do this and try to get really far away and get panicky. You don't have to do that. Even if you keep your finger on it, you'll still get some tone. All right? It's just an issue of, oops, how clear your tone is. So you can let go more or less right away. So we're going to go with the B string. And then reach up. And there's your harmonic. All right? And that kind of gives it that starry, there's something happening here effect, you know. If you see crush scenes, there's always the star up from the east. But that's neither here nor there. Now another way to do this is to play another voicing of G, and it's cool. It's what we're all about here. So we're going to play this same G chord, and then we're going to take this D shape and move it all the way up so that it begins on the 7th fret. So we get, and they're both very pretty, especially if you pick this chord up here more softly. Yeah, see what I mean? And then we're back to the end of the, we're at the end of the song. And we're going to use that same G shape we've been using, where you've got the pinky on the 1st string and the ring finger on the 2nd string. We can go all the way through and then play the 2nd string, then let go, play the 2nd string again. All right? The next thing we'll do is we'll play a D7 chord, but usually it's done like this. We're not going to use the F sharp here, and we're going to put our pinky on the 3rd fret, and we're just going to play strings 2, 3, and 4, and again have that 1st string stop the pick. Let go with your pinky, play the 3rd string. then we're going to play a G chord and have the second string stop it. And that way you get, well, the whole song. That's how it's done. All right? So, we went really fast. So let's go through the whole thing and see how this works out. All right? We're going to begin with this G chord. And then again. Now we're up here on this D shape. Moving down. That's it. Then that G chord with the pinky on the first fret. Good. Now we're up to C. Now put your pinky on the first fret, first string, third fret. Good. And we're back. Same thing again. Good. Now we're up to that D shape. Good. Pinky on the 7th fret. Let go, right? And now we're back to that G shape. And then we're either going to play the harmonic or this G shape up here. And then we're back to this G shape, the very one we started with. Sorry about that. Let's do that again. Second string, open, second string. And then this weird little D7 where we've got the pinky on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and curiously enough, your index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And we're just going to play. Right? And then we do our G, stopping at the 2nd string. That's it. It's a really short little, in some ways simple arrangement, but it's something that people will enjoy, and I hope you will enjoy as well. I just want to say that I get asked quite a bit for tabs, and I don't do tabs. It's just one of those things. But I have been asked quite a bit about doing lessons over Skype, and I'll begin that in the new year. So if it's something that you're interested in, hit me up and we'll see what we can do. In the meantime, I want you to have a very, very happy holiday and a happy new year. All right?